Hey guys, today I'm going to be continuing my F1 2012 career mode. It's the 5th round of the season, which means it's the Spanish Grand Prix. So far the first 4 races were pretty good for us. I mean, the highest position we finished was 16th at the Australian Grand Prix, and the objective is to finish 10th in the Constructors Championship, and we are still in P10, so hopefully we can maintain that for the rest of the season. So this is the end of my fastest lap in qualifying. As I exit the chicane and exit the final corner, my first flying lap was actually deleted because I cut a corner, and I'm P19, and Mark Webber is also in the drop zone, so that's kind of surprising to see a Red Bull in P18. So this is the result of Q1. Felipe Massa wins, then Kobayashi is second, Jenson Button third, Paul Di Resta is fourth, and then Nico Hülkenberg is fifth. The two Force Indias are looking really good this weekend. Then we have Sergio Perez in P6, Vergne, Vettel, Bruno Senna and Maldonado are the top 10. Ricciardo is P11, Fernando Alonso P12, Lewis Hamilton P13, Kimi Raikkonen, Romain Grosjean, Michael Schumacher and Nico Hülkenberg are the people who made it through Q2. Mark Webber did not. He was the winner in Bahrain, so it's probably really disappointing for him not to even make it into Q2. I don't know why the Red Bull cars do that. In Bahrain, Sebastian Vettel didn't make it into Q2, if I remember correctly, so I don't know why they keep doing this. At P19, my teammate is P20, which is really good. I think this is his best qualifying result, but I might be wrong about that. So let's just look at the starting grid as usual before the race. Fernando Alonso scores a pole on his home Grand Prix. I think this is his fourth pole position this season out of 5 races. Lewis Hamilton is second, Button is third, Raikkonen fourth, Grosjean is fifth, Schumacher, Vettel, Massa, Rosberg and Paul Di Resta are the top 10. Then we have Hülkenberg, Perez, Kobayashi, Senna, Maldonado, Ricciardo, Vergne, Webber, me, and of course the rest is the same as the results of Q1. It's going to be 66 laps, so it's a pretty long race. I think I'm going for a 3-stop. So let's just jump into the race right away. So I'm on the grid and the lights are about to go out. 4 lights, 5, and away we go. As usual, the start is really bad. I lose the position to my teammate and to the 2 Caterham cars. I try to get into the slipstream to lose less positions. I will try to make some positions up in the first few corners, at least the ones that I lost, and there is some contact ahead. I think it was Ricciardo who made some contact with someone, and Raikkonen and Sergio Perez went off the track. Again, a lot of positions. I'm up to P17 now. I'm fighting with Jean-Éric Vergne for P16, who makes some contact with me, and I get sandwiched by Jean-Éric Vergne and Bruno Senna. And I bump my teammate a bit, and he bumps Jean-Éric Vergne off the track, so that's another position for me. I'm running P15 now, and my teammate is P16. I think this was the highest positions we ever were so far this season. Of course, sooner or later the guys who went off the track will catch up and re-overtake us, but it looks nice until then. So it's the end of lap 1 and I'm already under attack by Bruno Senna. He's going to try to make a move into the first corner. I will move to the inside to defend. Of course, it doesn't really mean anything because he's going to get past sooner or later, so there is not much point fighting him. End of lap 2 and Bruno Senna is right behind me, so he's going to get past me. I don't think he even needs, he doesn't need DRS for this, he just flies past me on engine power. So it's lap 5 and let's just look at the standings. Lewis Hamilton leads ahead of Fernando Alonso. Grosjean is third, Vettel is fourth, Button is fifth, Schumacher is sixth, Massa seventh, Rosberg is P9, P8, Webber is P9 and Di Resto is P10. Kobayashi and Maldonado are the next drivers in P11 and P12. Then we have Hülkenberg, Ricciardo, Senna, me, Perez, Glock, Raikkonen, Petrov, Kartikeyan, Vergne, De La Rosa and Kovalainen are the remaining drivers. This is how the race currently looks like. End of lap 5 and Sergio Perez is behind me, although he's too far to make a move into the first corner, but by the end of the lap he will be right behind me. I mean, just look at how much he gains on me on this straight. There is just a massive difference in straight line speed, and I actually make a bit of a mistake. I went too fast into the first corner. I was trying to go as quickly as I could, but there is just no escaping him. Try to brake really late, but he ends up overtaking me anyway. I went too wide, understeered, and he got the position. End of lap 6, and now it's Raikkonen who's going to overtake me. He does have DRS, so it's just going to be no problem for him. There is no chance I can fight against these guys. They are a lot better cars. End of lap 9, and Jean-Eric Vergne is also right behind me, and this will mean that I'm back into P19, which was the position I started in. It was expected, but yeah, it's unfortunate that there is no chance to fight back against these guys. Lap 15, and I'm going into the pits to have my first pit stop. I was actually supposed to pit on lap 13, but I decided to extend my first stint a bit. I'm going to put on a new set of option tires for the next one. Lap 16, and I'm getting lapped for the first time by Lewis Hamilton. He's just absolutely dominating this race. He has a massive lead over Fernando, so it doesn't really look like that anybody can stop him unless he has some sort of issue with his car and the tires. So lap 17, and Jensen Button is the driver who is in front of me in P18, and at first I was thinking that maybe he had some collision with another driver and had to pit to replace his front wing, but later I found out that it's actually an issue with his car, so that's really good for me because he's going to be a lot slower than usual. Lap 22, so let's just look at the standings. So Hamilton still leads ahead of Alonso. Grosjean is third, Vettel is fourth, so the first four is unchanged. Rosberg is fifth, Massa is sixth, Kobayashi is seventh, Ricciardo 8th, Schumacher P9, and Webber, who didn't make it into Q1, is now P10 right now, so he's making a big recovery, that's for sure. Maldonado is P11, Di Resto is P12. Nico Hülkenberg is P13, Raikkonen is P14, Senna P15, Perez, Vergne, Button, me, Glock, Petrov and Kovalainen are the top 22, and then we have of course the two HRTs, Kartikeyan and De La Rosa. It's the end of lap 27, and we have our first retirement, who is Jean-Eric Vergne in the Toro Rosso. He had a pretty bad start to the race because he went into the gravel and fell into the last position. I'm pretty sure he was last. He was trying to make up positions, but it looks like it's come to an end. Lap 31, and I'm pitting for the second time to put on a new set of prime tires. This pit stop is pretty slow. The previous one was 4.6 seconds, so it's around a second slower than the first one. This is going to be a longer stint. Jensen Button is right ahead of me, and as you can see, he's struggling with braking, so he has some sort of brake issue. So I'm getting lapped by the midfield, and Jensen is right ahead of me. He's also getting lapped, and I use this as an opportunity to overtake him. So I'm up to P17 right now. So it's lap 40, and let's just look at how the race is looking like. So Hamilton still leads ahead of Alonso and Grosjean, so the top three is still unchanged. Massa is P4, Kobayashi P5, Vettel P6, Rosberg P7, Webber P8, Ricciardo is P9. That's kind of surprising that he's in the points scoring positions. He started from 16th. Then we have Schumacher in P10, Di Resta and Perez in P12. Then we have Raikkonen in P13. I don't think he made up a position since the last time we checked. Senna is P14, Maldonado, Hülkenberg, me, Button, Glock, Petrov, Kovalainen and De La Rosa are the top 22. So it's lap 53 and I'm getting lapped by Mark Webber, who is in P7, and as you can see slowing down. He is going to be retiring from the race, so that means it's another position for me. I will be P16 once I take my lap back from him, because he already lapped me once, so I'm going to be running in P16. Lap 56 and I'm going to be pitting for a new set of option tires. I really didn't want to risk getting a puncture on the prime, so I just want to make sure that I get to the end in this position. Lap 63 and I'm going to finish the race in P16 and Lewis Hamilton wins. So P16, my teammate Timo Glock finishes in P18. This is easily the best result this season so far. So after 66 laps, this is how the race ended. Lewis Hamilton wins ahead of Fernando Alonso by almost 40 seconds. So Lewis really dominated this race weekend. Then we have Sebastian Vettel, who finishes 3rd, Massa 4th, Grosjean 5th. He was fighting for a podium position. He was running P3 for most of the race, but eventually he couldn't get a podium. Then we have Kamui Kobayashi finishing in 6th, Schumacher and Rosberg 7 and 8, Kimi Raikkonen P9, and Daniel Ricciardo scores his first ever points in Formula 1. And he also scores the first point for Toro Rosso this season. Pastor Maldonado P11, Paul Di Resta P12. Then we have Sergio Perez in P13, Bruno Senna P14 and Nico Hülkenberg in P15. And then I finish in P16, really good result for me. Jensen Button, unlucky race for him, only P17, and my teammate Timo Glock scores his best race or position this season. Petrov P19, Kovalainen, De La Rosa, Kartikeyan, Webber and Jean-Eric Vergne didn't make it to the end of the race, so we had 22 finishers. So after 5 races, this is how the Drivers' Championship looks like. Lewis Hamilton leads by 25 points ahead of Sebastian Vettel, then his teammate Jensen Button is 3rd, Alonso 4th, Raikkonen 5th, Grosjean 6th, Massa, Webber, Kobayashi and Rosberg are the top 10. The fight for the second place is really close. Only 5 points separating Vettel and Button, and Alonso and Raikkonen are also really close. Then we have Perez in P11, Schumacher is P12, we have Maldonado in P13, Paul Di Resta P14, Ricciardo now is a point scorer, he is P15, Hülkenberg, Vergne, Bruno Senna in P18 and I'm P19. Behind me I have the 2 Caterhams, then my teammate and then the 2 HRT cars. And now let's have a look at the Constructors' Championship, which is being led by McLaren with a pretty comfortable lead, 37 points ahead of Red Bull. Then we have Lotus in 3rd, Ferrari in 4th, Sauber is 5th, Mercedes, Williams, Force India, Toro Rosso, Marussia, Caterham and HRT. The fight for second place is going to be between Red Bull, Lotus and Ferrari, because Sauber is kind of getting left behind. They are going to fighting for P5 against Mercedes. Although the season is really long, so there is a lot of races to go. I think 15 more races, so it's a long way to go. So this was the Spanish Grand Prix, the 5th round of the season. The pace was good and the result at the end was also really strong, so this was a good weekend for us. Next up is Monaco, which I'm really not excited about. It's going to be really difficult, but We will see how it will go. So if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Bye.